Let's talk about why OpenAI agreed to pay Cerebras $20 billion over the next 3 years, making it one of Sam Altman's boldest moves towards building a global network of low-cost AI factories. For context, Cerebras is a niche chipmaker based in Sunnyvale, targeting an IPO of around $35 billion in May of 2026. They use a completely different and much larger chip architecture than NVIDIA, where data never actually leaves the chip itself. In one study, they showed that they could make OpenAI's models run 4 to 5 times faster than NVIDIA's most advanced Blackwell chips. This is partially because NVIDIA's H100 and B200 chips are very small and need to be connected by many cables to allow data to transfer between them. Traveling this distance lowers the speed of the chip, but Cerebras developed an entirely new chip design called the WSE4, which uses a huge wafer about 56 times the size of its competitors to allow data to be stored locally in 3D stacked SRAMs. By committing $20 billion, OpenAI is effectively maxing out Cerebras' production capacity for not only these newly designed chips, but the entire 750 megawatt data center needed to house them. Alongside OpenAI's investment, Cerebras is also getting the capital they were hoping to get from an IPO, especially relevant as their IPO plans were recently stalled when US regulators were concerned with their relationship with Abu Dhabi-based AI investment firm G42, which also had ties to Chinese tech firms that the US deems to be supply chain risks. But after G42 agreed to convert its stake into non-voting shares to publicly divest from Chinese hardware companies, and by Cerebras drastically reducing its revenue share from G42 from 87% down to 24%, the path to their IPO was cleared. First, it's incredibly difficult to manufacture a chip the size of a dinner plate without any manufacturing defect. But Cerebras is betting that this is actually their advantage. Because of the larger chip sizes, their software can reroute around a single defect, which allows for higher yields and fewer wasted chips. But Cerebras' custom software is also a double-edged sword, as getting OpenAI's models to run as reliably on Cerebras software as they do with NVIDIA's CUDAs will cost several billions in R&D alone. The deal also doesn't remove any of Cerebras' dependence on TSMC, as Cerebras doesn't actually own their factories. So if TSMC capacity remains tight, that $20 billion OpenAI deal is just a paper promise that could take years to fulfill. But by taking on this risk, OpenAI is hoping to test a pilot program where an AI company of the future can bypass NVIDIA data centers and power company middlemen and just directly purchase the ultimate downstream product, being compute power, from one single parent AI company that OpenAI would largely own.